What is up, everybody? Welcome into this edition of Warchant TV. I'm Aslan Hajavani alongside Michael Langston, recruiting analyst for Warchant.com. Use the promo code Warchant30 if you're not a member of the Ultimate Seminoles Sports Source. No rest for the wicked on a Friday, Michael. Breaking news for Florida State on this Friday evening as they get a commitment from Joshua Burrell. We know what's going on in the world. There's a dead period. This is a brand new staff, practically for all intents and purposes. How is Florida State able to get a commitment from a pretty prized recruit?
Well, I think this all started when he took his visit in the spring, I think around the junior day. South Carolina was the team. Virginia Tech was also the other team that was heavily involved. But I think they really knocked it out of the park when he and his twin brother, Jordan Burrell, visited FSU at that time. I think it just connected with him in every way. We've mentioned just, you need different type of receivers in this type of offense, and Burrell fit everything that they were kind of looking for. But I think that just the connection he had with Dillingham, the connection he got with Norvell and also Dugans, I think was a big deal to him. And I think you just felt like this was trending and coming, even though Burrell didn't really give us a exact target date, but you could kind of feel he really followed the Hunter Washington commitment, who eventually committed to FSU, I think a couple weeks ago. So you could really sense this was coming, and it was only a matter of time. I think he probably told the staff probably a week or two ago already, and then confirmed it again tonight that he was going to do it tonight. But I felt like this was trending really good for FSU ever since that visit he had in the spring, and I think it's a really good pickup for a guy that does different things as a receiver, stuff like that. But we'll talk about that shortly.
I mean, with everything that is going on right now, Michael, just how impressive is it for the staff to be able to get a commitment from a kid when they're not able to have him on campus here in the last, 90 days, it feels like?
I think it was big, but I think it goes back to what I said, that they already got him on campus before. He saw everything. His parents were there. He loved it. They loved it. They felt so comfortable. He said even in his Instagram commitment, he's like, this is the final decision. This is where he's going. So he's put a lot of thought into this. He's pretty locked in as far as FSU. And I think he's been sold on just everything that comes with the program, academics, stuff he wants to major in, this comfort level with, the city of Tallahassee. And then also just, I don't think another visit was necessary after that. I think it was pretty clear that FSU was, made him put him as a priority, made him, feel like, hey, these guys want me. I think I see the fit here. I've watched what Memphis does with the type of receivers like me, and I think, it's a fantastic home, and that's kind of, I guess, the feeling that Josh had about FSU, and so I don't think this was a big shocker. I mean, I think the timing was, maybe that was being worked out, but I think the way they were trending, I think they were looking pretty good for a while for this one.
All right, well, let's talk about the prospect himself, a 6'2", 195-pound receiver out of South Carolina. When you look at his film, and what are sort of things that stand out to you, Michael, that flash?
What he jumps out at you is his physicality. He's a very physical receiver. His hands are the best thing that really jumps out at him. He catches everything. I mean, one-handed catches behind the back. I mean, this guy just has tremendous body control and hands when that ball's in the air, especially in the red zone. He is a force. He is ridiculously good with his, hand-eye coordination, his hands, and also just what he does in space is getting off tackles, as people can see in the highlights. You are not going to bring him down with just the first initial hit. He knows how to just shut off blocks. He knows how to get separation with his physicality, and he knows how to finish plays. He's got good speed, not great. He's not known for his, elite speed, but he's got good speed to pull away. I could see him being a guy that they line up a receiver, slot, even the tight end place of where you see a tight end, maybe the H-back position. I think he can do a lot of different things with his versatility, but his hands are just tremendous. Probably the best hands I've seen out of all the prospects that FSU's recruiting, as far as the wide receiver position. He just catches everything, and I think that's the thing that jumped out to FSU. And then also the way he gets separation with his physicality is very impressive.
All right, so that is now the 8th commitment for this class in 2021. What does it What does it do to help bolster this class? And what do you think lies ahead for Florida State here in the near term, Michael?
Well, I think Burrell was both Burrell or Destin Payson was the two guys that they really want to get on board. I think Payson is next, where they're probably going to push to try to get him on board, and then after that, I think they might look at a slot guy. We mentioned Chandler Pittman the other night. He's the guy. I mean, I think there's a pot. I think these two guys are the ones they want to just get in there, and I think they want to get the ball rolling with a guy like Burrell. I think he kind of gets them going as far as that wide receiver position. It might speed up other recruits in jumping on board, but I think Payson and certainly Burrell were the two guys that they really wanted to immediately get in this class if they can. Obviously, Keon Coleman's another one out of that area that with Payson that they would like to certainly nail down. But I think Payson and Burrell are the two focus, and it's a big boost for FSU to already start the ball rolling with some offensive process, because they hadn't really landed a skill guy yet. So this is really one of their first skill guys to get. So I think it's a good start for FSU. Burrell's pretty popular on around just national recruits, so he will certainly probably help you with guys in the area and guys in this class. I think he's going to be an active recruiter, so I think it's going to be a big deal just getting this momentum going.
Kenny Dillingham and Mike Norvell call their offense an offense for playmakers. Florida State gets a verbal commitment from 6'2", 195-pound wide receiver out of South Carolina, Joshua Burrell. Michael Langston breaking things down only the way that he can. Recruiting analyst for Warchant.com. Michael, as always, man, thanks for your time.
You got it, man.